Good morning to all the students of class 9th. In this tutorial, we'll begin with a poem, No Men Are Foreign, written by James Kirkup. This poem is from your book, Beehive, where the poet is expressing a wonderful thought. And the thought is, the whole world is one. According to the place on the earth, one is born. There is bound to be a difference in the appearance, language, lifestyle, but there is a common element in every human being, and that is love. We all are the children of the same Father who is God. Therefore, we are the citizens of our Mother Earth. So, we should not divide ourselves by the boundaries of our country. Here, the author is James Falkner Kirkup. He was an English poet, translator, and travel writer. He wrote over 30 books, including autobiographies, novels, and plays. One such theme here is universal brotherhood. We are the citizens of our Mother Earth, and we should not divide ourselves by the boundaries of our country. Another theme here is internationalism, that is, the whole world is one family. We have made certain barriers. We human beings have certain made barriers, and those are man-made barriers that stands between one nation and another. So, the poet here, in the form of his poem, wants to dismantle this man-made barrier. By having an international outlook, men and women will enjoy equal status at all times, belonging to different countries, different areas. The poet wants to end the poem with a theme that the world is one family. So, here is a poem. Let's start. Have you ever thought of some people as strange or other countries as foreign? We have many ways of thinking of other people as different from us, as them. They may belong to a different country or speak a different language. In this poem, however, the poet reminds us of many ways in which we all are the same, for we all are humans. So, students, here in this poem, No Men Are Foreign, James Kirkup wants to dismantle the man-made barriers that we human beings have made among ourselves, that this is this particular country, or this person belongs to this religion, follows Christianity, or some other religion, speak German, speak Spanish. So, here the poet from his poem wants to reminds us that we human beings are similar in number of ways. We are humans first, for we all have the single soul, the single body. We have our similar hands we work with, we have similar eyes, we watch the whole world. We are going to be buried in the same land, earth, when we die. So there are a number of ways the poet has explained that we all are same because we all are humans. Let's read the poem. Let's read it quickly. It's important to read it with correct pronunciation and accent. Remember, no men are strange, no country is foreign. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes, like ours. The land our brothers walk upon is earth like this, in which we all shall lie. They, too, aware of sun and air and water, are fed by peaceful harvest, by war's long winter starved. Their hands are ours, and in their lines we read a labor not different from our own. Remember, they have eyes like ours that wake or sleep, and strength that can be won by love. In every land is common life that all can recognize and understand. Let us remember, whenever we are told to hate our brothers, it is ourselves that we shall dispossess, betray, condemn. Remember, we who take arms against each other, it is the human earth that we defile. Our hells of fire and dust outrage the innocence of air that is everywhere our own. Remember, no men are foreign and no countries strange. Here, have a look on the board. There are certain words from your poem. Fed by peaceful harvest, starved, labor, dispossess, betray, condemn, defile, hells of fire, outrage, innocence. You are required to know the meaning of all these words. You can even refer dictionary for better understanding of these words. First is fed by peaceful harvest, which means that that food is produced in the land and we are all fed by the food that grows silently. Next is starved. Starved, it's STARVED. That means die due to hunger. Labor here means work. Next is dispossess. Dispossess means deprive of anything. It's deprive. Betray. Betray means cheat. Condemn means blame. Defile means to pollute, to make dirty, to spoil. Hells of fire. Hells of fire means extreme hatred and anger. Next is outrage. Same, anger. It's a kind of revolt in anger. Innocence. Here innocence means state of being free from guilt. It's totally pure, blamelessness. So these are certain words. Underline them, write the meanings on top of the words, making it easy for you to understand the whole poem. It's very important to do intensive reading of the poem and to understand it better. Remember, no men are strange, no country is foreign. Here the poet is telling us to remember that no man is different or unknown to us, and no country should be considered as a foreign one. Why? Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes like ours. The land our brothers walk upon is earth like this, in which we all shall lie. Here, the poet says that all of us live upon the same earth. Whatever the kinds of dresses we wear, whatever the different kinds of clothes we wear, beneath the clothes, there is a single body who breathes, who is alive, who is breathing. A human body is breathing under every dress. And the land we walk upon, we all walk upon the same land, the earth, which is equally shared by all living beings. And one day, when we die, we are going to be buried in the same land, in the same earth. We are going to be within the depths of this earth when we all will die. Next, they too are aware of sun and air and water. They are the people who live outside India, are fed by peaceful harvest, by war's long winter starved. Every human being is aware and can avail the things provided by the nature. Be it sun, air, water, all of us use it for the same purpose, for the same reason. Wherever we are, then how can we be different from each other? The food that we eat are fed by peaceful harvest, by war's long winter starved. The food we eat is provided by fields and the trees we all plant in the same land. And the process of plantation is same everywhere. The process of harvesting is same everywhere. Everybody like peace. Every living being in this world like peace. As we also do. And when there is a war in any part of the world, we all suffer in the same way. They also suffer, we also suffer. Whenever there is a war, there is hardships. And when the weather destroys the crops in any part, the suffering is the same for all of us. All human beings suffer and enjoy in the same manner. Their hands are ours, and in their lines we read a labor not different from our own. They too have hands. They work like us, and the way they work is just like we do. We all work with the same hands we are given. For our survival is the basic need of every human being. And therefore we work, we eat, we produce the same way. Then the poet asks, how can we be considered as different? No, we are not. Remember, they have eyes like ours that wake or sleep, and strength that can be won. So here the poet is making us remember. That is why he has used the word remember here in the beginning of the stanza. The first word in the stanza is remember. He wants all the readers to remember that they have eyes like us. The people in the world, they have similar eyes like ours that wake up and sleep, that wake up in the morning and sleep at night. And they also understand the emotion of love that can be won by love. They understand the emotion of love, that love can win everything. Because this emotion is present inside us in all our lives. It is the same for them as it is for us. He also adds further that the kind of life they live is not different from ours. In every land is common life that all can recognize and understand. The poet says that we all recognize the kind of life we all live. We can recognize each other's lives very well because we all live the same kind of life. We know that life follows a certain pattern. Yes, first birth. Yes, then it's growth, then it's life, then there are ages like adolescence, adulthood, then at last it's death. So this is the pattern that we follow. This is the pattern, this is a certain pattern of life that we all follow living in this world. At last, it's eventually death, and this is the normal pattern. Then, how can we place oneself or not be foreign to the other? No, we cannot. And we should not. Let us remember, whenever we are told to hate our brothers, yes, important line. Students, there will be people, there will be times in your life where you will be told to hate others, where you will be told by others to like someone, to hate someone. There will be people or there will be situations which will come to your life. But it is, at the end, it will be our choice that whom we listen to. We must never allow the hatred let inside our heart. We never allow ourselves to fall prey to these prejudices and begin to hate our own brothers. Just remove this emotion, hatred, from everywhere, from your life, from your surroundings, from everywhere. Just spread love. The poet here says, to hate our brothers, it is ourselves that we shall dispossess, betray, condemn. What the poet says that if you are going to let this hatred emotion coming in to our life, then it is only us, ourselves, that we are going to betray, that we are going to cheat. We will be doing injustice to our own brothers and sisters. We will be blamed for our own actions if something happens due to this emotion, due to this feeling, hatred. If something happens to our life, if something happens to our near and dear ones, then it is us who's going to be blamed for, no one else. Because it's ourselves, it's us that we let enter these things in our life, which is not good at all. We will be responsible for destroying the peace and harmony around us. Yes, obviously, if you're going to welcome hatred, then definitely it will going to make an hindrance in your life. It will going to destroy the peace and harmony that you have in your life. We're going to be destroying every essence of peaceful existence, which is very important for life itself. We all crave for peacefulness. We all crave for tranquility. We all want a peaceful life. And then it's our choices at the end that we're going to hate or we're going to spread love. So the poet wants to say that, remember, we who take arms against each other, it is the human earth that we defy. The poet says that if you're going to take arms against each other, if you're going to fight against each other, if you're going to be fighting with each other, then it is us who is to be blamed. We will going to pollute this earth. We're going to destroy this earth. Our hells of fire and dust outrage the innocence of air that is everywhere our own. The innocence of air is the state of being free from guilt. The poet says that hatred, prejudices, war, killings, all these things releases the dirt and pollute the earth. Because we are going to be releasing the dirt of our own thoughts by words or by actions into the air that we breathe. We're going to be destroying this purity of air because of our own prejudices, hatred, wars, and killings. We live in the same place of air that is everywhere our own. Remember, no men are foreign, no country is strange. We live in the same place, and we need to recognize this. Learn to live and let live. This is a very famous phrase. Learn to live and let live. The world is theirs as much as it is mine and yours. All human beings, everyone should live here with love, with harmony, with peace. And we should prevent ourselves from getting into this feeling of hatred and prejudices. So the poet wants to spread the feeling of brotherhood. This is a peace poem which gives all of us a strong message that Peace brings prosperity, and wars bring destruction. Hence, those who spread hatred and cause wars against their brothers and sisters in different parts of the world actually harm the cause of peaceful mutual coexistence. Here, the poet has called each and every human being in this world living as brothers and sisters. We all should live in harmony, in peace, because peace brings prosperity. And if we're going to be taking arms against each other, we're going to be getting involved in wars, then it is going to bring destruction. We're going to be polluting this beautiful earth. We're going to be polluting the nature by our bad, thoughtful words and actions. So, students, spread love, spread happiness. There is no rhyme scheme in this poem. The poem is written in free verse. That is, no rhyme scheme. The literary devices that are used in this poem are simile, alliteration, metaphor, assonance. The definitions of these literary devices, the explanation I've already given in the previous tutorials. Just go through it. I'll just give you a few examples. You can have a look in your book. Stanza 1. A single body breathes like ours. Wherever there is a direct comparison between two unlike things, using like or as, we say that simile has been used. So we can say that simile has been used in this particular line. They have eyes like ours. Is earth like us? So wherever there is a word like, simile is used. Next is alliteration. A single body breathes, in which we all shall lie. Whenever we are told the repetition of the consonant sound, we say alliteration has been used. Next is metaphor. The comparison of two dissimilar things by expressing that one thing is actually the other. For example, you can see in the last stanza, our hells of fire. Here, metaphor has been used. Last is assonance. Assonance is repetition of vowel sound in a line or group of words. Aware of sun and air and water. The vowel sound a has been used here in this line. Therefore, we can say that assonance has been used here in this particular line. So, these were certain literary devices used in your poem, No Men Are Foreign.